Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to your spirit guide message for the week. Okay. Your spirit guide message for the week. This is just a spirit says. I want to know what spirit has to say. I feel like they have something to say, but I want to give them a chance to say it. So we're going to be taking a hot, deep breath and see what spirit has to say. Spirit, what do you want to say? What do you want to say to those watching this video? Those that find this clip, what is it that you want to say to them? Thank you. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. I feel like this is something of a warning. The truth will set you free, but the truth also causes a ruckus. And that there is truth in the ruckus. I feel like for those of you watching this, Spirit wants you to say, wow. Spirit wants to tell you that through the stuff that's bubbling up for you in your world, in as much as it is uncomfortable, and as much as it is really unnerving and maybe not really unnerving, I don't know what you're going through, but in as much as something might be uncomfortable, might feel out of sorts, might feel like it's just not feeling really good, I don't know, I feel really reluctant to say this word, but it feels like it's helping you become more of your authentic self. And maybe that might even be the guidance for you to be your authentic self and not have these external circumstances change you for the worse, but have these external circumstances or the things that you're thinking about really bring you to the forefront, your true self or who you really want to be and the kind of person that you are to the forefront. Reading Chaos and Conflict here for you. And I think I might clarify these a little bit more or ask for deeper guidance here, because I did feel like there's a warning that's coming out, and truth be told, and this just kind of feels warning-y. But I also feel like there is a ray of light, and I want to make sure that we get that ray of light more so than this, bullshit. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. But consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else facing a storm you feel you can't control. Every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. I call bullshit on that last part. Honestly, I feel like maybe I could say this is a time for you to understand where you stand, understand where your position is, as opposed to wanting the people or circumstances around you to understand you, right? To be understood by them. Why can't you understand my position? It's like, no, rather than passively waiting for people to understand you, just take your stance and don't give them an option. Take your stance and say, this is what I want, because you've understood yourself, right? You understand yourself. You see your own inner truth, and you've told your truth to yourself, and you go, no, I don't give a F. This is where I'm standing. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do this. I do want to do this. This is where I'm standing. And if you understand it or don't, it doesn't matter, because this is about the path that I'm going to take that I feel comfortable with, right? The pace that I feel like I can go at. I can lean and cave where I need to, sure, But it's going to be a need that I say, okay, go. Okay, stop. You're controlling the ice cream handle of when the ice cream can flow. That's what that feels like for me. So I'm going to read that one more time. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. So, shit, do you, baby? Truth be told says there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and there is a truth, subjective, according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. Okay, so maybe that last part is true. For some of you watching, for some of us that this message is for, there is a time for us to take ourselves out of ourselves and look at the broader situation and go, okay, maybe let me try and understand the situation better. Let me not be on the defensive. Let me not, and that's, I think, still in line with that similar thought, where when you understand yourself and see, okay, this situation isn't serving me, that's a truth that I can see. Let me try and regain control of the situation and try and understand it. Let me try and regain control, regain my standing to try and see what this situation actually is instead of what I think it is or what its circumstances are for me. Let me just see what it is. Let me try and understand it as opposed to hoping someone comes along to save me from the situation so I can be understood. I hope you understand that. I hope you caught that little nuance there. Thanks, Spirit. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is. Peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. And I really do believe that, because perhaps the situation around you is calling you to be a certain way, and that way may be seen as more culturally virtuous. But for you, you're freaking uncomfortable. You're like, no, I'm not ready for that BS. Or no, I don't want that BS. Or no, I'm not willing to say yes to that BS, or say no to something else. I feel like there might be something here that you might look like the bad guy, or you might feel like you look like the bad guy. So Spirit, what's the guidance here? What's the guidance you have for the person watching this right? Oh, baby. For the person watching this right now, I'm going to put these back. I'm going to put this out. For the person watching this right now, what is the guidance that you have for them? Okay, TikTok and protection is something that hammers in home the point that time is not ours, and that timing is divine. Timing isn't something that we dictate. An observer is here. So definitely that last point of understanding, and I want you to see it from both sides, which is the same coin. Standing in your own truth and understanding yourself, so you don't need the world or the events to understand you, and you're just in your truth, being yourself, because that's how you are. And you want the people around you to see that this is how you are. You're not going to fake the funk. Unless you decide to fake the funk and become that kind of person that does that, then at that point, it's not faking the funk anyway. Or there's a situation truly that needs you to relax and to regain control, but that control is a passive control. That control is more of an understanding of the situation for you to see it from different angles and see it outside of yourself, in terms of see it as something that isn't about you, right? It's not a comment on you necessarily. Like there's something here that you've been putting maybe too much pressure on yourself and making the situation too much about you in a way that isn't serving, and that's actually blocking your vision of seeing this thing from a bird's eye view of it's not just on me. So what this is saying in terms of the guidance here that Spirit is adding with TikTok, once again, there's this it's things are going to happen in the timing that they're going to happen. You can't rush things. And I feel like for you, don't rush yourself if you don't want to. I think that's a point that we actually brought up earlier when we were intuiting the message out. Like, don't rush yourself. If you're going to take time, take the time that you need to take the time that you need. Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands, with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine appropriate timing. You can relax. And this is a really nice message for those that might be freaking out about something that I haven't even mentioned. Then I probably lost you somewhere along the line. Whoops. But if something has missed you, something is feeling off, there will be a time for it to feel right. It just may not be right now. And Spirit is saying, but there will be a time for it to feel right. There will be a time for things to settle, because right now in the hurricane of whatever's happening, things are, being uncovered and being cleared and being discovered and known. And there's a lot of hullabaloo that is quite uncomfortable, but it's not done yet, right? This isn't going to be forever. This isn't going to be forever. This isn't going to be forever. This is going to be something that's happening for the time that it's happening in. And there will come a time when the dust clears. There will come a time when things are clearer, when things are settled, when the dust is settled and you're not feeling so anxious or uncomfortable. So for now, I feel like with Observer on the bottom, do your best to take yourself out of the situation. Don't put your face so close to it and make it, that you're at fault or you're to blame or you're the guilty party, when you're just one of the participating parties in the freaking party that's taking place in this, whatever the situation is, right? It's not just on you. There are other aspects and other factors that are at play in this situation, and Spirit is kind of saying like, hey, it's not done. It's also not on your shoulders alone. So don't bear that burden alone. I hope this served you, whomever you are. I hope this serves you truly, and I wish you everything. Keep your light on, good luck, and if you would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out.